My dad, at a point, sold his only land. At my age, I did not have any stable relationship. I've had series of ladies, dated a lot of them, but the one that stayed with me for the longest was the one that actually managed to stay with me for 2 months. My first girlfriend, after the first month, she noticed all of my salary I sent to my parents. She asked me why. As a man, I had to man up. I was like, what's that? They're my parents, so whatever I do, my money is my business. She did not take it lightly and she left. Good afternoon, Madam Nenye. I would first of all like to appreciate you for what you're doing with your platform. I've actually taken my time to go through your platform. I've seen the way you help people, and I know you yourself, you don't know to what extent the app is actually going. It took me a while to decide to actually come up and use your platform to speak my mind and tell my story. Because right now, I'm actually at a crossroad. And as it is, before I lose my mind or do something stupid to myself, I need to speak out because I need Nigerians to help me. I need their advice. Madam Nenye, what I've been going through for the past 5 years of my life, I do not wish it on my enemy. I think I should just tell my story first before people think I'm being dramatic. Alright, here's my story, Madam Nenye. Growing up, it was actually difficult. It was hard. My parents didn't have money. I wasn't born with a silver spoon, and it was actually very hard. My father had to struggle. My mother had to struggle. They both had to struggle a lot to send me to school. It was in these struggles I was going to school. I wanted to actually support the family by schooling and helping with work and all, but my father insisted I focus on my education. Then I was seeing it as, my parents are actually good. They are, they love me. They're trying to help me. They're trying to see me through school, But now I don't know if it's the same thing. Fine. Then my mother, on more than one occasion, had to sell wrappers, out to do petty jobs around just to pay my school fee. My dad, the same thing. My little sister had to drop out of school then for me to further my own education. Fine, I expected that, okay, when I'm actually done with my school and everything, I'm supposed to support the family, but I didn't expect it the way it turned out to. My dad at a point sold his only land, because how these village things work. He had just a portion of land given to him by his own father, and that was the only thing he had to his name, and at a point he had to sell it for me to get into the university. So at a point, there was actually a time it was way difficult for me to pay my school fees. We searched around, we seek help from friends, and nobody was ready to help, and the only choice my father had then was to sell his only land. Even though I was against it, totally against it, I asked him, Dad, I asked him not to sell the land because that's more like the only thing we had to our name then. And he said no, as long as he will be able to pay for my school fees, there's nothing he will not do. So he sold the land, and we paid for my school fees, and things was actually going from one struggle to another. Like that, all of these things actually was breaking my heart then, that my parents were selling off their belongings, their whatever valuable they had, and just to see me through school. Madam Nenye, to cut the long story short, they saw me through school. I graduated because what my father wanted all along was, because he kept saying it to me then, that all of their struggles, even when I offered to drop out of school to help with work and all, he said no, I should focus on my education. I said, okay, while I'm schooling, I can actually still work. He said no. All he wanted of me was just to graduate with flying colors and come out as the best or whatever, in whatever courses I was taking. And to the glory of God, I came out in flying colors and I secured the job. After I secured the job, I did not see it coming. I did not see it coming. In my wildest dream, I had never dreamt of what actually followed. After I secured the job, normal, I expected that yes, my first salary is to appreciate my parents for what they have done and all. Maybe that was my own mistake. Fine, the work I got, the pay was not all too good, but the pay was good for me to fend for myself and to take care of myself and some other things around. As at the time, so my first salary, I sent it to my parents. Maybe they felt the money was too much, or maybe they felt the money was too good to be true. Or I don't know. I do not know what they thought. Madam Naye, this is where my story actually began. After the first salary, I noticed my parents actually stopped doing everything they were doing before, because while I was schooling, my mom was still, selling all her petty stuff in the market. My dad was also still doing our own menial jobs and his own menial jobs and all. And they both stopped all of the things they were doing. Now they focused or they depended on me for everything. I did not see it coming this way. I did not even expect it to get to this. But then, because I was just trying to be their loyal son, their loyal boy, I was trying to pay back everything they have done for me. The first year was not funny, but who am I to complain? I didn't even see it as a big deal. It was normal for me to take care of my parents and all, because every month I was sending my salary to them, just saving the little I needed for the month to survive the month to the next one. I kept on sending money to them month after month, to the point even my mom, now, they depended on me so much that even if my mom wanted to, there was a time my mom wanted to, pay the sweeper 8,000 naira, and my mom called me. She called me, asked me to send her 1,000. I was like, Mommy, why will you be asking me this for this kind of money? This is not even funny. She said that's what she needed, that she wanted to pay for the sweeper. Madam Noye, at this point, I was actually stocking the house with foodstuffs. Every month I will, send them money for foodstuffs separately. I will make sure they actually get the foodstuffs and get it at home. I will still send them money for upkeep, send them pocket money, and still yet, they will still call me. My dad will call me if he wants to go and have his hair cut. My mom will call me if she is going to actually make her hair. And all of these things were getting to me, and I was feeling, okay, what's going on? Why are these people doing this to me? Why are they acting this way? Like, will they ever stop? Okay, I felt, okay, maybe after the first year, they will, probably realize, okay, I'm a grown-up and I have a lot of things to do for myself, and maybe they will stop. But unfortunately, never stopped. Instead of them to stop, they actually got worse. They were getting worse year after year. There was a time that after all, I'm actually working now. I'm a graduate now. My sister that dropped out. Okay, let her get back to school. My dad did not even. None of them were bringing it up again, but I had to, because she dropped out for me. So she took her exam, and I was still taking care of her at the same time taking care of the house. 3 years later, my mom had already stopped doing everything she could. At my age, I did not have any stable relationship. I've had series of ladies, dated a lot of them, but the one that stayed with me for the longest was the one that actually managed to stay with me for 2 months. Because ladies also have needs, but I could not meet up with any of their needs. My first girlfriend, after the first month, she noticed all of my salary I sent to my parents. She asked me why. As a man, I had to man up. I was like, what's that? They're my parents, so whatever I do, my money is my business. She did not take it lightly, and she left. The second lady managed 2 months, she left. Now, at a point, my dad actually got sick. Don't let me forget that part. My dad got sick, and that period, it was like heaven was going to fall on me. Because I don't know, it was more like it was a way of them to actually manipulate me to spend more on them. Because They already know when my salary come. So at that point, at that time, at that particular date, my mom already know I get my salary on the 27th, and she knows on the 28th they receive money from me. So what my mom does every 27th is to call me and tell me, my pikin, apparently we need to go buy drug every now and then at this particular date. Madam Nanye, this continued into the 4th year. That was when one of my colleagues, my very good friend, we started working this company at the same time. 4 years into our working in this company, my friend is already living in his own house. Fine, he took some loan from the company, with the salary and everything. It was this my friend that called me. I was like, guy, because he knew all I was going through. He knew I was spending all of my money on my parents. And it was like, for how long was I going to continue like this? I was at that time I was close to 40. For how long was I going to continue doing this? Like, am I even planning to settle down at all? Am I even planning to even have a wife, have a home of my own, or have a family of my own? It was this my guy that advised me to actually take a bold decision. He advised me to stand my ground and be the man I need to be. So I reached out to my parents. I wanted to get married. When I brought it up, immediately my mother shut me down. My mother was like, which kind of thinking be that one? Mama, I go dey think say I won't marry now. Say na marriage man supposed to think now. We think consign marriage, consign me now. So I don't take care of house finish. Mama, which kind of thing be this one now? I no be small pikin. At this point, I also need a family of my own. My mama no agree. So I met this lady, and as God will have it, we actually fell in love, and I took her home to show to my parents. Initially they no agree still. They were still adamant. They were still making me understand that it's not time for me to get married. I knew it was because of the money they were getting. So I actually reached out to the eldest man in our family, the man I know that nobody will actually dare not listen to. So the man came around and spoke to my parents. So they agreed, and they actually prayed for me and my girlfriend then. So we went ahead with the marriage planning, and with the help of my colleagues and my office, we got married. After marriage, I thought after marriage, my family will actually let me be. Maybe, they will at least relax and give me some time to get myself. And but unfortunately, my family actually, they doubled up on their demand. They now made my own struggles to be triple. I had my own wife. I had my own family. My wife was pregnant, for God's sake, and I could not even afford antenatal fee. My wife was complaining, was lamenting bitterly every now and then. I just had to keep begging her to please be understanding, begging her to please be considerate, begging her to please manage with me. That woman tried, and I know she... So at a point, I had to think about it. I cannot continue like this. Let me just look for a way to settle my family and let them just leave me alone for some time. Let me face my family squarely. So I thought of, taking a loan from my office. After all, my mother had a business she was doing. So I called Mama. I said, Mama, as it is now, I have a family. I need to take care of my family. But you people are not allowing me to take care of my family. So immediately I brought up the idea, say, okay, Mama, as it is, I'm a married man now, I'm a family man, I have my own family. And you people are not allowing me to take care of my wife and my family the way I ought to. So, Mama, whatever it is we need to do, let's do it now. Let me give you a substantial amount of money that you can actually use to start your business back. This way, you will not disturb me, you will not bother me for money. If I actually knew, I shouldn't have said that. My mom got angry. She flared up, started talking and started nagging, reminding me of how they raised me, how they sent me to school. When we were sending you to school, where was your wife? Where was your family? Anybody see you that time? When I sent my judge, you used and sent you to go school. You don't know anything. You don't know your wife that time. Your papa saying land. When we do all this, my mom started nagging, reminding me of everything they did for me. She reminded me of everything, of how my younger sister actually had to even drop out of school. At the point, she even started talking about my wife, saying, "Now I have a wife. My wife is now instigating me. My wife is now doing this." I had to please take my wife out of this. She's not a part to it. Then she said, "No problem. Oh, the idea of me giving her money for the business is not bad, as long as the money will be meaningful and it will be enough." What does she mean by if it will be meaningful? I know the business you were doing. And of course, I know this business you were doing. You don't actually really need much money to start it. It's just because you don't want to start. But then I thought of it. Let me just get a substantial amount of money so they can just get off my neck. So I took loan from my company, a loan of 3 million naira. I took this loan with the hope that my parents will let me be. They will not bother me again for anything whatsoever. So I gave my mom the 3 million naira to start the business. After I gave her the money for some time, for a few months, I was able to focus on my family, take care of my wife and my child a little. Then it was not up to a year. The same business that was opened with 3 million naira crashed. Everything collapsed. My mom started calling me again. Now we're back to square one. The first time she called me that I declined, she reminded me of everything all over again. Reminding me of how she sold everything, how she did this, how she did that, how she had to go and wash people's compound just to send me to school again. And I just felt, okay, I'm indebted to these people for life. So we went back to square one. I started sending them money again. It was at this point my wife got tired. And packed her stuffs. Went with my sons. She told me she was tired of me, the way I was living my life. She was tired of everything. She was going to her sister's place. She left me. She went to her sister's place with my son and packed all of her stuffs. The funniest part is I told my parents about this thing. And it was more like they were even happy. Now, as I'm here, Madam Nenye, as I'm talking to you right now, I'm in total distress. I'm traumatized. I've thought of suicide, to be sincere with you. If it wasn't for your platform, maybe I would have been gone by now. Because I already decided there was nothing left. I cannot continue doing it this way. So I just had to end it all. But then I felt, okay, maybe if I come to your platform, maybe your followers will help me, your audience will help me. Maybe they will have something to say, to advise me. Maybe they will have a way for me. Am I the only one going through these things? Is there another person going through it? How did they overcome their own? How can I overcome? Because, to be sincere with you, my parents are actually holding me hostage, even though they are not even holding me hostage. But it is more like this is worse than even hostage. This is worse because any small thing they blackmail me, every small thing they gaslight me, every small thing they make me understand they own me, like I hold them my life. But to think of it, this is their responsibility. This was what they ought to do as parents. But now I don't know. They are making me to be a bad husband and a bad father to my own family. In my own family, I don't even have anything. As I'm talking to you, Madam Nenye, if you check my account, I'm not worth 20,000 right now. And I earn good money monthly. Imagine my office where I started working 5 years ago. Imagine how many times I've got increment. But as I'm talking to you, I'm not worth 20,000. Coupled with the loan I'm still paying. And my mom is still on my neck. They are all still on my neck. I'm just tired. If I have to end it all, maybe that will just be the best. Maybe when I'm gone, they will be able to relax. Maybe when they will rest. I cannot continue like this. Please, I need help. I need your help. I need your audience. I need Nigerians to help me. Please. This is out of hand for me. Thank you.